Greetings folks, Pockets DK here and welcome back to EVE Online. I know it's been a couple of weeks since my last video and I just wanted to apologize for that and let you guys know that I've just been having just a plethora of technical difficulties. My mouse died in the middle of a recording and I had to hard boot my entire computer to get anything done. My recording software crapped out and just kept crashing and I couldn't get a good recording, so I had to switch to a new software and get that all set up, which I've done. And my microphone, for some reason, Windows just stopped seeing my microphone altogether. And I had to blow out every driver I could think of and reinstall the microphone to get it working. But I think I've got it back up, so that's good. We're going to go from there. Lots has happened in that 2 weeks since my last recording, and I just wanted to take a minute while we watch me do some defensive plexing here in Hades and talk about what's been going on. So first things first, I got Pockets into a Gallente militia corporation. Great group of guys, Adron Robotics. I'll put a link to their webpage below so you can check them out. If you have any interest in coming and joining the Gallente faction warfare, take a look at these guys. They've been great. Very new player friendly, alpha clone friendly. I know some of their fits already have alpha clone variants, and the ones that don't are being worked on actively. And just very willing to take new players out on anything and show them how to do what needs to be done. So on that note, some of the stuff that's happened, and we're going to talk about them in depth later, but I just want to run through sort of the list so you know what's coming up. First day, one of the first days, maybe the second day I was in the corporation in Aderon, I got whisked off to the Battle of Vey. It's a big battle. It's all over all the EVE News stuff. It was a 3,000 pilot fight at its peak. Trying to take out a citadel being deployed by allies of the Caldari militia in the faction warfare zone. So it was in our interest to go and see if we can take it out. So in this fight, I joined in an Atron fleet. We were flying cheap little tackle fit Atrons. And the plan for us was that we were going to fly around sort of the edges of the battle and pick out logistics and command destroyers and any E-War stuff that we could find. So any of the small annoying things that we could take out. So we went in with a fair-sized group of Atrons. There's probably 10 to 15, 20 at peak in our little fleet, little wing. And we just flew around and picked targets and wiped them out. We couldn't do much against the Citadel itself. That was for the battleship fleets that were being brought. But we wanted to go out and help out with the little stuff. And we got, in my opinion, a fair bit of work done with our small little fleet. If you look at the kill board, we did about an 80% efficiency with just me personally. That's losses to kills ratio, and it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. It was my first experience in a battle of this size. Time dilation was a big thing, very interesting to deal with. So what time dilation does, and you can see it here. At this point in the video, we are at 10% time dilation, which my understanding means for every action you do, it takes about 10 times as long for it to happen, for the system to process it. What this allows is for the servers to calculate all the crap they need to deal with in these giant battles without crashing the server, and that's super important. I think it's a neat solution. I'm hoping they find something better. Maybe we can do real-time 3,000 player battles, but this definitely worked. So, for example, I click on warp, and something that should have taken about 10 seconds for me to warp from point A to point B, it would take 100 seconds, so over a minute and a half. And so there was a couple times where I was warping from the gate back into the battle, should have taken 20 seconds, and I was watching my screen for up to like 5 minutes. It was interesting. Now, one thing the time dilation did let me do is think about what I was doing. So if I was going to go in and tackle something, normally it's align to a hit orbit and you're just hitting everything super fast. I could align to a target and activate my warp drive, and then it would take 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds for all of that to start actually happening. And I could just go ahead and click, as soon as I'm close to in range, I activate my tackle modules and then wait and watch what happens. It was kind of interesting that way. This is definitely not something I'm going to want to do a lot of in the future. I mean, I'll go when they're important ones, like this Vey one. My understanding was it was important. The time dilation, by the end of it, the time dilation was just burning my brain. I was trying to get things done, and the ship just didn't feel like it was responding. And But it was a lot of fun. It was very interesting, definitely a learning experience, and I highly recommend, if you've never been on a large battle like this, go into one and see what it's like. It was hectic. You'll see occasionally on the screen when I switch my overview to PvP, it's just full of flashing, blinking colors and names, and you're trying to dig out the name of your next target and get to it before he dies so you can get on the kill mail. In the end, we did not destroy the anchoring citadel, the Keepstar. Basically, once Pandemic Legion decided to drop 200 caps in system, our guys decided that the fight was over and we went home. So all in all, I was in system for about 3.5, 4 hours before the call to leave was sent, and we packed up and went home, leaving the Keepstar to be anchored, and just what becomes of it becomes of it. So yeah, Battle of A, very interesting, lots of fun. I would highly recommend checking out large fleet battles at least once in your EVE life. If I had done this 2 years ago, maybe my path for the last 2 years would have been completely different. But that's it, Battle of A. It was fun. Check it out. The other thing that's been happening a lot is getting into fleets with the Aderon guys and going out and defending Gallente systems in the faction warfare zone. So Caldari have been killing it for the last last month. Basically, when I joined the Gallente militia, we were at tier 3. We owned out almost everything. And in about the 2 to 3 weeks since I joined the faction warfare side of things, it has completely flipped. Galente's been pushed down to tier 1. Caldari's in tier 3. And there's lots of theories onto why that's happening. Mainly, it's just that their pilots are more active. Now, some are saying a lot of the veteran pilots of the Gallente side got bored and their corporations and stuff moved on to other things because Gallente's owned this faction owned this faction warfare thing for the last 2, maybe 3 years. So a lot of the vets have moved on. And then Caldari also seems to have gotten a large influx of new players, which is great. And it's just allowed them to really make push and take things over. So we're actually on our back foot right now and spend a lot of time defending space, which is really cool. So I'll show you some videos of that. This is, again, me adding to that effort minorly, just sort of playing around with things. Orbiting the novice outpost, another couple of minutes and will be ours. I also did some stuff solo in more contested areas because that's what really matters. I know last night, and I might have some video for it, but last night Devon system was at 73%, so I went and helped out there a bit. Checked on it this morning. We've got it down to 40% contested, so that's good. A little bit more work to do there, but it's pretty secure. I do know there's at least 3 systems on the Gallente that are about to be flipped to Caldari, and there's not a whole lot we can appear to do about it. I mean, it's Christmas time, so a lot of people aren't playing, and as I said, it appears a lot of our veteran corps have moved on to other things, moved into nullsec and that sort of thing. Regardless, I've been having a lot of fun in faction warfare. I'm really enjoying it. These small gang fights are really where it's at. Taking a guy down and wiping him out, getting chased back to your station and gate camped and trying to get out of that. It's all lots of fun. And so that's what I'm going to be doing in EVE probably for the next several weeks. I do still want to put out some exploration videos. I don't know when I'm going to get around to do that. The one I had recorded was recorded during all those technical difficulties, so the video is highly unusable. There are some bits that I might recover for another video like this sometime, but we'll have to see where that goes. This is a new formatted video for me, so let me know if you like it and what you thought, because it's a little bit more work, but I think it might allow me to better express my thoughts while I'm not in the action dying and about to be potted. Well, I'm not going to get potted, but here I die, as you can see, so bye-bye, Atron, and I fly home in my capsule. So it's a lot harder to talk and explain what's going on while I'm doing that. So this might be a format to explore in the future, especially for EVE, as it is such a complicated and deep game. So let me know what you think. Shoot me a message in the comments how you think I should proceed. If you prefer me talking in the midst of the action and just hearing my thoughts at the time, or you like the post-mortem, or you want to see a combination of both. If there's any other games you want to see on my channel or any suggestions that you want me to dig into, absolutely let me know. I'd greatly appreciate it. But as always, folks, take care of each other, and I'm out of here.